Welcome, lovelies. In today's episode, we'll be making some fried cabbage Chef M style. So let's go ahead and get started. So first up, as you can see, guys, the pan already had like oil and little meat drippings. So in my previous video, I did make some pan seared chicken, and so what I did was just take those drippings and I went ahead and added some red onions, some fresh chopped garlic, and I also added some yellow peppers. You can use any variety of peppers that you would like, or you can use a different onion. You can even use shallots, yellow onion. I just prefer red onion in my fried cabbage, but I do like to have the meat drippings be used in my fried cabbage. It really does give the fried cabbage a really good taste to it, especially if you use like poultry. I prefer chicken. So yeah, let's go ahead and put that in there. I'm also adding some bacon that I had the morning of, and I always save like one slice of bacon if I'm making like greens or cabbage, and I just like to add that to my cabbage and gives it a little bit more flavor. Now I'm just gonna saute down my peppers and onions along with the bacon that's in there and also the meat fat. So yeah, we're just gonna saute that down, and then we'll be adding our cabbage in just a minute. Alright, so once it's been cooking down for like a little bit and it's getting a little bit tender, I like to go ahead and add some cooking wine. You can use any cooking wine of choice. White wine is a really good one to use, I think, in my opinion. But I've been on this Shang cooking wine. Guys, I don't know if I'm really saying that right, but I showed the bottle. And so if you can screenshot that and take that into your store and find it, go right ahead. But this wine right here is so good, and when I tell you it heightens the flavor of your food, especially your vegetables, it takes it to a whole nother level. And so yeah, I just add a little bit of that into my vegetables, and it's really gonna just lift all those flavors at the bottom of the pan and really incorporate it into the vegetables, and it's gonna make like a nice little sauce so that your cabbage can saute in and get nice and delicious. See how there's like no more flavor at the bottom because that wine took it up. Now you can use chicken broth, you can also use water, but like who wants to use water when there's like really no flavor with water? Yeah, let's heighten our flavors. That's all I'm talking about. Okay, all 2022. Okay, we heightening everything. All right, so anyways, once that's cooked down, the wine is cooked down a little bit, we're gonna go ahead and add our cabbage, and you can like keep the cabbage sliced up into like big halves, or you can do what I did and just slice them up in like I would say maybe about an inch or so and get them nice and big. I don't like to slice it too much like it's coleslaw because it's just like gonna cook down and disintegrate. So you want to keep the cabbage like a little bit more chunky. So when I add the cabbage, I don't just add the whole thing of cabbage in there. I like to add a little bit, mix it all in there, add some more, and then just keep doing that until the whole head of cabbage is completely into my little sauce vegetable mixture. So yeah, let it do its thing. Now, if your cabbage kind of overflows a little bit in your pan, and I would just like to say this, it's better to use a stock pot or some bigger type of pot because this in the pan is a struggle, but it'll cook down anyways and it'll be totally okay. But the next thing I added into my fried cabbage was my High Priestess Cajun blend, okay? And this is a little spicy, so if you like your cabbage a little bit spicy, then this is the blend for you, okay? It's got a little coriander, a little cayenne pepper, a little black pepper, a little paprika. It has onion, garlic. Okay, those are two things that's always going to go in all my seasonings is the garlic and the onion. You cannot skip on those two, okay? A little bit of parsley, and these have no salt, so you can just pack on flavor without having to pack on the salt and feel guilty about it. And you also have to remember that your drippings from your meat has a little bit of salt in it, and I also use that slice of bacon and that has a little bit of salt in there. You can also use I love using smoked turkey legs or turkey wings in it too to punch up the flavor a little bit, but just a little slice of bacon would do you just justice, okay? You could even cook the bacon in the pan and then go with your vegetables. But anyways, once we've added all of our spices and the cabbage is cooked down just a little bit, we're going to add about like a cup and a half or 2 cups of water inside your pan. And then what we're going to do is go ahead and cover it with a lid. I like to use aluminum foil, y'all. I don't know why, but I love using aluminum foil instead of the actual lid. I don't know why, but to me, I feel like it really traps in what I needed to trap in without drying out my food. But yeah, after it's been cooking for a little bit, you see how it's like that. You know what? That's why I like it, because it really traps in the moisture and the steam in there, and it really steams your vegetables and your rice without you having to like overcook it and burn it and whatnot. So yeah, once it's cooked down a little bit, I like to give it a good stir to make sure all the spices and the herbs is all meshed well together with my cabbage. And I'm going to go ahead and cover it back again with my aluminum foil. And I'm just going to let it cook again. Now, we're going to not let this cook for like hours and hours. We're not like your grandma over there cooking greens on the stove or cabbage on the stove for hours. And we don't want mushy cabbage, you know. I like to have my cabbage with a little crisp, a little bit of bite to it. You know what I'm saying? I like to still have the nutrition there in my cabbage. So we wanted to have a little bit of bite, but not be too on the crisp cabbage side, you know what I mean? So once it starts looking like this, we're pretty much done at this point. You can turn off the heat, let it sit there, and yeah, and then you serve it up and eat it all good. But yeah, guys, that's how I make my cabbage. I want to thank you so much for tuning in and really cooking this cabbage with me, guys. So yeah, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you hit that notification bell so that you know when your girl is posting a new video. Okay, now let's go in the comment section. Let me know how you like this cabbage if you make it at home, okay? Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.